So you may be wondering, where is everything in Grapevine, Texas, and where is Grapevine, Texas in the metroplex? Well, today's video is going to show you all the things about locations in Grapevine, Texas. And I'm so excited because I love Grapevine, and I think you will too once you see where it is and what it offers. Before we go any further, it would help us out so much if you would smash that thumbs up button right down there. It helps our algorithms, it helps us grow our channel, and altogether it helps us help more people move to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we would really appreciate it. Also hit that subscribe button. We put videos out about life in Dallas-Fort Worth 3 times a week, and you want to make sure that you see all of them so that we can get the right area for you. Hi, I am Tiffany. I'm a local realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So if this is your first time by our channel, then welcome. This is where we drop everything you need to know about life in Dallas-Fort Worth. For over a decade, we've been helping people just like you move here, and we actually were just voted the #1 broker in all of Dallas-Fort Worth by the Dallas Morning News. So that was such great news, and you're going to have such a great experience with us. So with that being said, whether you need to move in 9 days or 9 months, reach out. You can text us, call us, email, Zoom. We work all the time, days, nights, weekends. We'll get your questions answered. Feel free to comment as well and ask us questions, because we will certainly respond to you and get all of your questions answered and help you determine, 1, whether Texas is the place for you, and 2, where in the Dallas-Fort Worth area would best suit you and your family. So with that, let's get to mapping out Grapevine, Texas. So I kind of want to show you guys where Grapevine is in compared to everything else. So I have made it a little bit small. You can see Grapevine in the red outline here, and it's next to Grapevine Lake. So you would go on 114 all the way to Dallas. It is super quick and fast. It might take you 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic. It might take you a little bit longer. You can get to Grapevine Lake really fast. You can even actually get to Fort Worth relatively quickly by coming down here, hitting 183 and coming down to 121 and going all the way down to Fort Worth. And so you're really central to most everything. I'm going to clear that, and I'm going to actually zoom out. So now that I zoom out, I want to kind of show you some other things on past videos. So here's Grapevine. We have had videos on Frisco and Prosper, so you can kind of see where those are in reference to Grapevine. We've had some videos on Dallas. You see here's Fort Worth. I just wanted to give you a big overview of it. You've got Arlington down here, where you're going to have Six Flags, Wet n Wild, the Texas Ranger baseball field, the Dallas Cowboys stadium where they play. Now the Dallas Cowboy headquarters is up here next to Frisco, but they play down in Arlington. Arlington has a lot of stuff going on. We'll do a video over Arlington at some point, but kind of get your bearings on where Grapevine is. Notice it's literally in the middle of everything. That is one of the pros about Grapevine, and you can watch my pros and cons video to see the different pros and cons. But let me clear this, and then we'll do a deep dive. So now let's zoom in, and I just want to kind of remind you guys on some facts about Grapevine. First of all, it was voted #4 places to live in all of Tarrant County. So it is a really great place to live. It's got a population a little over 50,000, and the average median house price is going to be in the mid 300s. So it's very easy and low economic to get into Grapevine if needed. There are also some, $1 million houses. So I feel like people aren't being priced out yet. The school system, Grapevine Colleyville ISD, has an A+ rating according to niche.com, and it's actually 26th out of 701 best places for public school in the whole state of Texas. So not too shabby. Doing a deep dive into the high school, Grapevine High School, if this is the Dallas International Airport, this is Grapevine High School. And so you can see that It's right on Highway 26, which cuts all of these cities in half, Colleyville all the way down to North Richland Hills. And this is Grapevine and then Grapevine Lake. Your high school is going to be right here. And so I don't even know if they've got good. This is an older high school. Obviously, Grapevine is an older city. So, but it's a great high school and just right in the middle of everything. So as you can see, this is the Dallas International Airport, and it is a large portion of it is in Grapevine. So that's how close the airport is. It's 4.4 miles away. And so again, if you are somebody that has a job that you commute a lot and fly around the world or even fly around the nation, fly around Texas, doesn't matter. This may be a great location because you're not going to spend a ton of time traveling back and forth from the airport. And if you need to grab an Uber, it's not going to cost you much. So doing that multiple times a month can add up if you're far away. So that's something that you can price check on Ubers. It might take you $5 to, if that much, to get an Uber to the Dallas International Airport. The next thing, I'm going to switch over to this map. Well, look right here. See this Grapevine Vintage Railroad? So the one really cool thing about public transportation with Grapevine is they have the Tex train, and I mapped it over here. So it can go to the airport. You can see it right here. And then it's got a little hub here in Grapevine. And then it goes all the way through Colleyville, through North Richland Hills, all the way down to Fort Worth. And it's got multiple stops you can make. So it's just a really great form of transportation. Maybe if you don't have a car or you don't want to put the gas miles on, sometimes people like to ride the train because they can work while they drive to their job versus not being able to do that driving their own car. A few other major things I want to point out is the Sea Life Grapevine Aquarium. You've got Great Wolf Lodge, which I highlight several of these on my other Grapevine videos, and you guys can take a look. Great Wolf Lodge is a huge hotel where you can take your kids, and there is an entire indoor water park. So it doesn't matter if it's hot or cold outside, if it's snowing or the blazing heat of August, you can go in here and just let your kids have as much fun as they can. And it's all temperature controlled. There is an outdoor area, but there is a full indoor area. And it's a huge hotel, so you can stay there. There's all kinds of stuff to do. It's super fun for kiddos, families. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys that if you're looking at a place to stay while you're here, then Great Wolf Lodge is a good one. There's also the Gaylord Texan right up here. And of course they have ice as the focal point, but they do have an ice show every year, and you have to wear these huge parkas because it's freezing, but all of this is ice. Everything in this picture is ice, except for the thing right up here. But it's beautiful. But the Gaylord Texan is a huge convention center and Marriott Resort, and it's got this huge indoor forest type of thing where it's got, walking trails through it. I say trails because the hotel's that big. So I just wanted to kind of show you all that. If they have a lot of conventions there if you come into town. I know I told you guys that Grapevine was the Christmas capital of Texas, and it is. They go crazy down there. So if you're here around Christmas, then definitely go down to Main Street and be amazed. Is really the easiest thing for me to tell you guys. Something else, I've zoomed in on downtown Grapevine. Something else I'll point out is this Harvest Hall. It's actually in Hotel Ven, which is an unbelievable hotel. It's very trendy, but it's kind of an upscale food court, very luxury, and has some really fun European style restaurants. And this just kind of shows you a little bit of it. That's what the outside, this is the hall right here. Just super cute. It's a fun place to go to if you're going down to Grapevine, downtown Grapevine. Now the Ven Hotel, this is inside Hotel Ven. It's unbelievable. They have actual pods and I don't know if they're going to show any of them, but they have these pods. They're clear plastic pods. It's in my Grapevine vlog tour that no matter what the temperature is outside, you could be in freezing cold weather and you can sit inside these pods, and they have couches and they have these furs that you can, fur blankets. They're not real fur, but they're fake fur. And you can have drinks served, and there's live music, and you're sitting there, and it could be snowing, even though we only get snow like once a year, but yet it's temperature controlled inside. So it's super fun. It's an experience, but I would definitely encourage you guys to go and check that out. So all along Main Street, there are restaurants, there's places to eat, places to shop. It's just the cutest little downtown. And of course it is historic. Now, in my video vlog of Grapevine, I take you and I show you the different houses in downtown. And there are people that are knocking down old houses and putting up new, but in historic downtown, you can't do that. You can add on to the historic homes, but you have to keep the front of the house the same because they want to keep that look. So they protect it. It's a protected historic district. Here is Grapevine Performing Arts. There's also the Palace Arts right here. And this is where they're going to have all kinds of old movies, and they'll post them every month. You can go to the website and it'll tell you the movies that are showing. But it's a lot of fun because it's always old movies. And it's just a cute little theater. So you can do a movie night, take your family. They also have plays, and they'll have live music sometimes. People can also rent out different parts of that for events. Like, oh, here's an example. And some people do it for their wedding receptions. So it's got all kinds of things going on down there. So right here is Grapevine Faith. It is a private school that a lot of Grapevinians will send their kids to. And it's close to everything. So if you're looking for a private school, then Grapevine Faith can be one you look into. And of course, I've talked about the Cowboys Club. We can pull up pictures of that. This is the only NFL-themed club. You know, Dak's been up there. It's a beautiful place, but it is an 18-hole golf course. There's all kinds of events and tournaments, but you can sit out right here and eat. It's a full-service restaurant. And I've done that several times, and it's just a beautiful, you've got the running water, and it's just luxury. So really great place. You should check that out if you're a golfer. You also have the Botanical Gardens, which is super fun to go to. I'll show you some pictures of it. It's got art, it's got themes for all the different seasons. So if you want some outside time with the kiddos or just walking around in the beauty of nature, then this is definitely a place that you need to check out. I love the fall botanical gardens because they have hundreds of pumpkins. I also want to point out Nash Farm because it's a really cool place that you could take your family or your kids. And it's a functioning farm. It's an original farm. Nash Farm's been there since Grapevine was, incepted. And then you've got the old house, and they take all kinds of kids tours there, but, classes that they'll take over there from school, but they teach you how to churn butter and how to milk cows and how to clean water so that, way back in the day when they had to make sure that the water was clean to drink it. And it shows kind of how they lived before all the iPhones and technology that we have now. So it's a really fun place to show the kiddos what they wore, how they churned butter, how they lived life. And so I would definitely check this out because it is a step back in time. So now I'm going to point out a few subdivisions that I also covered in my vlog so that you can kind of see where they are in reference to the whole layout of Grapevine. This is called Canyon Homestead, and it's a smaller neighborhood with about 50 homes. The homes were built between 2002 and 2004, so if you're looking to stay in that mid 500s to mid 700 range, then this is definitely a place that you can look. I'll tell you that people live here in this neighborhood because, for one, they love being by the lake, and they are actually zoned for Carroll ISD. So that's a huge draw because South Lake taxes are higher than Grapevine taxes, and so they can be in Grapevine, but yet their kids are going to go to Carroll ISD. It's not a master planned neighborhood, but it gives you the feel of being intimate with your neighbors and more community. And it's actually got a really big green belt next to it, so you can have all kinds of trails for walking, hiking, biking. The next one is Silver Lake, and it's close to the lake as well. It's a really popular neighborhood. We've got a lot of friends that live over there. It has about 250 houses, so it's a little bit bigger. The homes were built from 1999 to 2010, and some of them have been updated, but some of them have not. So you're probably going to get a better deal on the non-updated ones, and you can use your own design skills to update it as you wish. You can actually find homes here as low as 300s, like the lower 300s, and they will go up to a little over 700,000. This specific subdivision will actually feed into Grapevine Colleyville ISD, which is wonderful. The next one is Glade Hill, and it's right around here. It's really close to 360, which is a super fast way to get to 114 or 183 and go whichever direction you want. So a lot of people live over there because of the convenience. It's not super close to the lake. I mean, all of Grapevine is next to the lake. It's just not right at the lake. It sits in the middle of Grapevine. It actually started its construction in 2015, so it is a newer neighborhood. So if that's something you're looking for, then Glade Hill is definitely a place to look. They're also zoned to Grapevine Colleyville ISD. It also sits on a green belt, so you're going to get lots of trails, walking, biking. It's got a great neighborhood park for children. And these homes are going to range anywhere from 500 to probably a little over 700,000 to give you the price point there. The last one that I'm going to show you guys is Walker Farms, and it's right about here. So super close to 121. Also Highway 26, which goes right through Grapevine and Colleyville and gives you a fast road to get to Southlake, Colleyville, Keller, all the way up to the heart of Grapevine, which is downtown. This neighborhood contains about 25 homes. It is a smaller subdivision, and homes don't go on the market very often in Walker Farms. In fact, I had to go back almost 2 years to find a home that was for sale in Walker Farms. The lot sizes are about a half acre, and your kids are zoned for Grapevine, Colleyville. Home prices in this neighborhood typically sell for anywhere in the mid 600s all the way up to $1 million. So still a really great neighborhood. It's smaller. You're going to have a lot more land. You're central to everything. And so Walker Farms is a really great place to look if homes happen to go for sale there. So definitely check with us and we'll tell you if anything is hitting the market. So, well, I've given you a lot to think about as far as the map and Grapevine. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a great perspective of what Grapevine looks like and what it all has to offer. So definitely hit that thumbs up. We work hard to bring you guys information about the Metroplex and life in Dallas-Fort Worth. We put about 3 videos up a week. We would love to have your feedback. We'd love to have your comments. That helps our algorithms as well. And subscribing so that you get all the videos. But thank you so much for watching this one. And until our next video, we hope you have a wonderful day.